لكن تحديت الظروف وخضتها وحدي صبورا مستعينا بالصلاة. كم مرة عصف الأنين بداخلي، كم مرة قد ذاق قلبي من أساه محن تمر، وكم كرهت مصابها.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. ما بعد، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. حياكم الله to our dear viewers who have tuned in to watch an important video following on from our last 3 to 4 videos on this specific topic. Walillahi alhamdu wa minna. It's fair to say, since I have opened up this topic regarding the lack of transparency from our charities, many questions have been asked by our donors to their charities in order to seek reassurance, peace of mind. The donors have a right to ask for whatever information they see fit, to give them reassurance that their wealth is making a difference, because it's not just feeling good that you've given the money and khalas. Yes, intentions are important, and we living in the West, being thousands of miles away, it pains us to see the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. But at the same time, we want to know that those who we have given our amana to are transparent enough to give us the information as the developments continue in Gaza. Now, there's a series of videos that I would like to present to you to show you that the aid trucks that have been loaded by our charities, we just see footages from them loading and nice productions and marketing in terms of them lining up and on the way to the Rafah border. But what they don't tell you is that hundreds of aid trucks are stacked by the Rafah border. Video that was recorded just over 24 hours by the time I released this video. His name is Mahmoud, and as you can see, he's got over 300,000 followers on Instagram, a Palestinian Gazan, and he shows you for a minute 20 seconds continuously stacks upon stacks upon stacks of aid trucks just parked up. This was 24 hours ago, by the way. So let's watch the video first, and then we'll
ما أعجب الليل الذي خضعت لسطوته الجفون، ما زال يؤنسني فما يهتز من حس قميل، أوحى إلي بألف معنى لم أكن فيها ظنين، فحديثه الصمت العميق وصخبه هذا السكون، كم فتق الأفكار صمت موغل عبر السنين، كم فجر الإبداع في قلب ثوى فيه حزين، يا ليل يا مستودع الأسرار يا موج الظنون، كم مقلة خافت دياجير الظلام المستكين، حسبته أشباحا وراحت ترتجي فيه المعين، لم تدر أن الفجر.
The amount of trucks that are just lining up. Now, just to clarify, they're not only European Western charities. Egyptian charities or Jam'iyya Khairiyya and all over the Alam al-Islami, they are at the forefront in trying to deliver aid to Gaza? Why don't you give us the transparency to confirm that the aid trucks that you are loading up and the marketing that you show us that there's 10 trucks, they're not getting in? And if they are getting in, you're getting them in very, very small numbers. In addition to what I just mentioned, the Ma'bar of Auja, there's a YouTube channel, I think it's called Muassasa As-Sinai. 5 days ago, they also recorded a video to show you the amount of trucks lining up near the border or the crossing of Auja, as you can see. It's like I'm flogging a dead horse over and over again. If there's hundreds of aid trucks stacked at the border from two crossings, Auja and Rafah, you got Mantar and you've got others. And Mantar is in the north, you got Erez, which is in the north, and you got others as well. Why do you not come out openly and say these aid trucks are not being delivered? If you have the decency and honesty to just confirm this, we would say that's fine. No problem. But we want to see evidence. Now we want to see a paper trail. We want to see documentation. Those drivers that are driving from wherever, maybe Cairo, maybe Alexandria, maybe Arish, we don't know. At least give us updates as the days or weeks go by to say, we are still waiting on the Rafah border. They're trickling in because of the checks. They're trickling in. But not, and as a Palestinian representative said, for over a week we haven't had videos from the Al Jazeera report from the 14th of February. But if they are trickling in, why don't you just inform the donors that unfortunately our aid trucks are not getting in? The aid trucks are getting in. They're probably 1, 2, 3, or 4 over the past month or over the past. Just keep us informed. But we don't hear that. We don't hear anything. Rather, it's just they should be in Gaza. One particular website that someone sent me said there's a humanitarian crisis. They're not getting in, but and just that, like nothing more, no further updates as to what's happening. So, if you're willing to have all the drones and all of these different cameras and showing us this production, I'm sure the drivers that you're sending can give us updates whilst they're there. We're still at the Rafah border, or put it on your website, or put it on your Telegram pages, or whatnot. Nothing. And this is the problem. Just get donations, keep getting donations, and we haven't even got to the transparency when it comes to, as some claim, 100% donation. We want to see a paper trail now. How much you're buying? Every penny should go. As I mentioned in my last video, gift aid is irrelevant. Do what you want with that money. No offense. Like, I have got no concern about how you utilize your gift aid money. But at the same time, when we deal with the reality on the ground, in Rafah, in Auja, Karam Abu Salim, and the other crossings, but one of them isn't really active, you should know that, in the north of Gaza. But ultimately, let's put everything together. Let's combine all the facts that we know already. South Rafah now, the Zionist entity are continuing their incursions in Gaza, and now it's getting more difficult for the Palestinians who were in the north, like Beit Lahab, Beit Hanun, Jabalia, carry on down, Gaza, Khan Yunis, and you carry on down. They're going down to Rafah now, where they told the Palestinians to move from north to south. They claim they've got safe zones and stuff like that, but you know the reality. So ultimately, you see the evidence for yourself. This was yesterday. This was 24 hours ago, and you've seen the amount of trucks that are parked up. How many of yours are parked up? How many of yours are parked up like the rest of those charities, right? Like I said before, you're a needle in a haystack. You're like a drop in the ocean when it comes to aid. Like this insinuation that Western charities being from the West or the first world, that whenever there's a crisis, it's the Western countries that go out and save the day. That's the perception. It's clever marketing, but you know that's not true. So spread this far and wide. We need, once again, hundreds of trucks going all the way down are just waiting. Auja, Sinai, meaning Arish, Rafah. How many of your trucks that you know, those drone footage that you have, how many of those trucks are just waiting there, right? How many? Be honest. Just to be frank, say a lot of ours are waiting, unfortunately. Honesty is important. Transparency is important. Forthcoming with information is important, because we are the donors. We want to see a paper trail. We want to see documentation. We want to see evidence. So take care of yourselves. Sallallahu ala nabiyyina Muhammad.
ليس الغريب غريب الشام واليمن، إن الغريب غريب اللحد والكفن. إن الغريب له حق لغربته على المقيمين في الأوطان والسكن. سفري بعيد وزاد لن يبلغني، وقوتي ضعفت والموت يطلبني. ما أحلم الله عني حيث أمهلني، وقد تماديت في ذنبي ويسترني. تمر ساعة